On March 16, 2025, 74-year-old Naiping left his home in Rancho Cucamonga, California, and vanished. He had no public profile, but his son is the chief investment officer at a prominent cryptocurrency hedge fund. Investigators suspect Naiping was targeted not for his own assets, but because he was the one person in his son's extended network who was entirely unwatched. When protection profiles stop at the principal's immediate residence and movements, they leave independent family members exposed as high-value leverage points. The operation required extreme patience. In January, plumbing contractors arrived at the father's house to address water damage, taking the opportunity to gather intelligence on the property layout, security gaps, and his daily routines months before the abduction. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and the FBI uncovered a 47-day deception window. The perpetrators used the victim's phone to text his family, engineering weeks of silence to prevent anyone from raising the alarm. During that window, over $1 million was drained from Howe's accounts and converted into untraceable cryptocurrency and gold bullion. When friends finally checked the property, they found it freshly repainted and stripped of furniture, a professional sanitization of a crime scene. The digital assets provided the motive, but the method relied entirely on conventional physical reconnaissance to bypass a digital-first security mindset. We see similar advanced planning against armored transport. On the morning of April 21st, 2 men with assault rifles confronted a Brink's crew in northeast Philadelphia, extracting $1.8 million and escaping in under 60 seconds. That speed indicates extensive scouting of the vehicle's specific route and schedule. The strategy mirrors the Chapa City crew. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. recently sentenced 2 of its members to decades in prison for multiple armored car robberies, which included the physical detention of couriers to bypass time-locked safes. To counter escalating violence against high-profile targets, state agencies are adapting. Following the assassination of a state lawmaker last year, the Wyoming State Highway Patrol is actively cross-training its SWAT unit to handle executive protection duties, including VIP transit and counter-ambush procedures. Traditional protective details are built to de-escalate. As adversaries increasingly deploy overwhelming tactical force, merging protective intelligence with kinetic SWAT capabilities is becoming an operational baseline. Moving to the international theater, Ecuador has implemented a strict military-enforced nightly curfew across 9 provinces to regain control of domestic security. The armed forces are authorized to execute immediate detentions for violations. In Haiti, a security vacuum is widening. Following the April withdrawal of 500 Kenyan police officers, stabilized positions in downtown Port-au-Prince are fracturing. A replacement Chadian-led force is not expected until October. In South Africa, mob violence targeting migrant communities has resulted in at least 6 deaths in recent weeks. The volatility has prompted the Nigerian government to organize voluntary repatriation flights for its citizens. A cartel in Port-au-Prince, a robbery crew in Philadelphia, or kidnappers in California. The pattern remains identical. Adversaries locate the gap in the security architecture, and they move before the defenders can close it. On the Circuit is published weekly at circuit-magazine.com, executive protection intelligence for professionals